Hey, it's Jamie, and today we're rehashing the Songs of Solomon chapters 1 to 8. The Songs of Solomon in my Bible, called the Song of Songs, is a steamy little love story between Solomon and a woman. It's incredibly sexual, full of compliments to each other, racy descriptions of each other. To say the least, it gets a little hot. However, despite being 50 shades of biblical gray, today's chapters do contain some lessons about human sexuality to which we should probably pay attention. The two lovers in this poem are incredibly attracted to each other, and they really want to have some adult time, you know what I'm saying? But don't miss this part. In the Song of Solomon, the relationship is exclusive. The woman says at one point, "My beloved is mine and I am his." She doesn't say, "I love him with all my heart, but this hot guy at work's been flirting with me." She doesn't say that there's a kid at school that's more popular than my beloved, so I'm going to go get my shagadelic on with him. No. Her eyes are focused only on the one she loves, and there's no room for anyone else in that manner. How many of us have started a new relationship because we're too lazy to put the effort into the one we're currently in? Do you know what I mean by that? You're in this relationship and it's just gone so far sideways and you're just like, "I'm so done with him." Even though at one point you were madly in love with that person. At one point you couldn't wait to see them every day. And instead of trying to get that feeling back, instead of being honest with each other and talking about the path back to those feelings, we just go, "This is too hard. And that guy over there is so good looking," or "that girl at work, that's kind of giving me the eyes. I'm going to go see what's going on there." You know what I mean? However, to further ask this question, how many of us that have actually done that, have left a relationship and gone into another one kind of out of laziness and fear? How many of us that have done that are actually thinking there's going to be a different outcome this time? The term "one flesh" is a biblical one. It means there's no room in your relationship for anybody else. Cheating on your spouse or partner is in the commandments as a huge no-no, and that's how important it is that you don't do that. It's in the commandments. If you're running alongside that ideal right now, or maybe you're in the flirting stage of an affair, I want you to take a step back. And I want you to look at the relationship you're currently in. I want you to think of the changes in you, not your partner, but changes you would have to make in order for that relationship to be successful. And then I want you to understand that you're going to have to make those changes no matter what relationship you're in, because in every relationship you're in, you're still you. You know what I mean? So now further in the steamy little Song of Songs, Solomon teaches us a skill that we should also master, especially when it comes to, adult relationships. It's patience, by the way. That's the lesson. One of the hardest acts of obedience to the Lord and to ourselves is when we're in our teens. Solomon today takes teenagers and teaches them that they should not be acting on the zillions of urges their bodies are producing every day. He tells them to wait to become sexually active until we find the one with whom we will spend the rest of our lives, because that act, and that act being with nobody else, is a gift to give your spouse. The negative forces in our world really accentuate the difficulty of this by literally sexualizing everything. My husband and I, the other night, saw an ad for disc golf baskets. If you don't know what that is, I'm telling you, it's not sexy. And they sexualized it. It was so weird. The media doesn't glorify saving yourself for the one person that's going to matter for the rest of your life. Instead, it pushes this ideal on men that the more nameless women who they will never remember that they can sleep with, the more power and money and wealth and riches that they'll have. But instead, the only thing that's true there is that man will have more regret, more shame, more guilt, and more sexually transmitted diseases than other men. We women are even taught that if we don't say yes to sex, that we're prudish, that we're nerds, that we're suddenly unattractive, that we're being stuck up. And even other women, they'll make fun of us for that. So how backwards is this? A wise man once said that over his lifetime, he slept with 51 women, 50 of which he convinced to sleep with them because he had no self-control, no respect for himself, no respect for women, and no respect for his life. The 51st woman was the only one that mattered, he said, and he wished that he had saved his very first time for her. The fact that I didn't have the self-control to wait for my wife is a lifelong disappointment that I can never change, he said. Anything but waiting is just a lesson in weakness. It's a lesson in our own lack of ability to not give in to wickedness and deviancy. and a lesson of just how far we will go to ultimately hate ourselves. That's his quote. So today, I'll leave the ladies with a little something. Girls, if you think your relationship will improve if you have sex with him, you're being manipulated and you're in the wrong relationship. So call me, I'll introduce you to the right relationship. His name is Jesus and he's eager to say hey. For the men out there, you don't have to sleep with a million unnamed women to feel good about yourself. You just have to talk to your dad. See what I'm saying? Today was a steamy one. I didn't think there was steam in the Bible. Turns out there is. And tomorrow we're looking at Isaiah 1-4 if you want to read ahead. I hope you have a blessed day. Please comment and don't forget to say your prayers. This is the Bible in a Year theme song.